Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be about this package I received from my good friend Dave Ramsden. Now, as I've mentioned on the thumbnail and the description of this item, it is something you will not believe. Now, that might sound like clickbait, but it's not, because this actually is something I cannot believe that I've got from Dave. Now, backstory to this is that Dave went to Dusseldorf recently. Now, with Dusseldorf, that might give you a clue to what you're actually going to see in here. Now, on the thumbnail, I think I'm going to put a picture on of the band that this is associated with, this item. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Dave. I don't know how he's managed to swing this, but he has, and this is unbelievable. This weighs a ton, so I'm going to show you very quickly what we're dealing with here. I mean, look at that. I'm so glad that it was actually, the sun was in when it got delivered, because we were out getting some paint for the wall. So anyway, I'm going to get into this and we're going to have a look and see exactly what this is, because I've seen photographs of it. I do know what this is, and I've seen some photographs that Dave sent me, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And this has come all the way from Dusseldorf. Dave picked one up. He's picked one for himself, actually, and he's brought this back for me. So once again, I can't thank you enough for doing this for me, Dave and Jill. So here we go. Nurse Scalpel. Thank you very much. This is the last time you'll see this scalpel. I'll tell you why in a future video. So let's look at this. Expertly packaged as always from Dave. Dave, as always, has paid a massive amount of postage on this special delivery because he wanted to ensure this got to me, which I'm blown away, Dave, honestly, as you know. We have talked about this on Instagram. I've been talking on the messages. I thank Dave personally. But yeah, this is going to blow your minds. I can't wait to see it. There's a note in here. Get that one out. I'll read that now. On, of course, the paper of Mondo Chelloveck, kitchen roll. Hi, John. Thought I'd try my hand of this writing on kitchen roll lock, proving to be more difficult than I expected. Yeah, it's a bit of an artwork, and you've got to choose the right pen. If you choose the wrong one, the kitchen roll is obliterated. And you've got quite a good kitchen paper roll here, because you've got to get a good one as well. If you get a cheap one, you've had it. Anyway, here is the promised, along with some bonus. Yeah, I can't read that one out because I'll tell you what it is. Also included is a Blu-ray of, now this I know you're a big fan, but who knows, it may even grow on you. It's funny because I have wanted to get this movie just to try it again, because I didn't like it the first time around at all. But you know, a lot of years have passed, fresh eyes and all that. Finally, I've put a few slips in, only a couple, but I might find a few more before posting. Hope you're okay. Hope you're keeping well. All the best, Dave and Jill. Well, I'm doing great, Dave, and honestly, I can't thank you enough. So what I'll do is I'll get the other stuff out before I show you the main thing, which is absolutely incredible. I can see it. Got some slips here. I mean, look at the packaging on that. Unbelievable. Are you watching Zavi / Amazon / anybody else who cuts corners? Ooh, wow. So nice. Look at that. Nightbreed, the director's cut. I know this is a normal one, the director's cut, and the Cabal cut, which is a super long one. I don't really know, because I know that this is a movie that has kind of passed me by, because when I did watch this movie originally, I didn't really care for it. Although I do like Clive Barker. I've read some of his books and I think they're absolutely brilliant. It looks like it's might be a Region A locked release. What I've got at the minute, I've got my Region A player off because I'm rejigging my telly for getting it towards HMI leads. So yeah. Now this is from Scream Factory. This was another one that was absolutely crazy in money for quite a long while. Oh, that's a nice colour. I'm intrigued to watch this because there you go. I knew it was in here. I knew it was going to be in here. Amazing. So you get the director's cut on Blu-ray, and you also get the director's cut on DVD. The reversible art is the actual on here is the reverse the art of the slipcover. That's an amazing slipcover. I wasn't expecting a slipcover, you know. Look at that. Look at that artwork. I mean, visually it was stunning. Yeah, I just need to get back to it and see what I thought of it. So that's Nightbreed, the director's cut, with one of these boxes as well, which is amazing. I'll put that back in there because I like to keep them as nice as I can. Now, there's something over there I have to talk about. This is the thing that I couldn't believe I was getting. It weighs a ton. It's something that you just think I would have never known that this was even a thing unless David talked to me about this. And when we go through this, I'll tell you what I thought of it. So the thing I've got off Dave is this. Now, this book here, the book by Emil Schult. Now, Emil Schult is kind of like a member of Kraftwerk in a fashion. He was in charge of all of their artwork. He was in charge of writing some of their songs or talking about putting some melodies on some songs. I think he's even kind of performed on some of their songs. Maybe he's done some vocoding duties on some of their songs. Either way, he's been highly influential in the story of Kraftwerk. And this here, look at this. Fluxus to Future, Emil Schult, Works, 1967 to 2017. This is a monster of a book. And also, as I say, before I get into this, you're going to love what you're seeing here. He gave us this as well. Now, the reason why Dave was in Dusseldorf is because he holidays in Germany. He's a big fan of Germany in general. And I think he's lived there before. And he was telling me about the fact that he's aware, because I said, oh, jokingly, when you're in Germany, why don't you go and have a word with Kraftwerk? Because they live in Dusseldorf. That's where their studio is, Kling Klang. And he says, oh, well, I might be able to get one better than that. So I might be able to go and actually see Emil Schultz to actually get something off him. I thought, yeah, this is crazy. And he says, no, that's the thing. So in the book, back in this book, it says, we are not artists nor musicians, we are workers, ignoring nearly all rock traditions, experimenting in near total secrecy in their Dusseldorf studio. Kraftwerk fuse sound and technology, graphic design and performances, modernist Bauhaus aesthetics and Rhineland industrialization, even human and machine, to revolutionize the course of modern music. This is the story of Kraftwerk, the cultural phenomenon who turned electronic music into an avant-garde concept art and created the soundtrack to our digital age. Really intrigued by Kraftwerk. You can't find too much about them because they're very secretive. Look at that. That's amazing. So this book here by Emil Schult, he's an artist and he's also a collaborator with Kraftwerk. And he's not the fifth member of Kraftwerk, but he's close to it, if you know what I mean. Those who know. And in here, have a look at this. To John Perry from Emil Schult, personally signed by the man himself. So I've got to thank Dave once again for doing this for me, for going to get this personally signed by him, the man who is behind most of the stuff that you see with Kraftwerk. And I'm a big fan of Kraftwerk, as you know. And to have this sort of connection with them, because you don't get much connections with Kraftwerk. If you like them, that's about as close as you can get. Hello, it's just me buttoning for a second. I just want to talk about a few things that I found out after I did that video. But firstly, I'd like to give a shout out to Barry. Now, I was in the Metal Centre yesterday and I was looking through HMV and I didn't find anything funny enough because I think there's a few sales coming up. I didn't want to pounce before the sales arrived. And I was just sort of muching through the shelves, and Barry came up to me and started talking about my channel. And I was like, wow. So I had a really good chat, and we talked about this and that, and we talked about the state of physical media and things that were liked about physical media and the presentations and stuff. It was great to actually speak to Barry. We had a really long chat Of course, the Debs was phoned up and saying, "Where are you?" And I says, "Well, I'm in here having a chat, as happens." But anyway, I just want to say thanks to Barry for coming up to me and just having a chat with us and just sort of chewing the fat when we're just standing there watching, looking through the shelves and that. And he picked up a couple of decent movies as well. So big shout out to Barry. I hope to bump into you very soon. And it was great to speak to you. So thanks once again, mate. Cheers. So in this book, written by Emil Schult, I hope I'm getting that right, I'm probably not. On this page here, this is actually autographed personally by Emil Schult. Now, this is Emil Schult here in the studio with Kraftwerk. Now, when I was looking through Wikipedia, and I was looking to see what Emil Schult did in Kraftwerk, apart from the amazing artwork that he's done, which I'll show you in a minute. He actually did he is a past member of Kraftwerk, is actually credited as that. So it's amazing to think that somebody involved heavily with Kraftwerk in every shape and form is somebody who was actually, you know, autographed this and autographed this other book. It's just incredible to think that this bit of like to get so close to Kraftwerk it's just amazing. I want to thank Dave once again for just even thinking that this was a thing that he could do for me. And I'm really intrigued in this book because I'm hoping it's going to tell me a little bit more about Emil Schultz and his life. Actually, he's got a really interesting life. So in this book, amongst other things, you are treated to the stuff that he's done for Kraftwerk. This is for Autobahn in the 1974. This is the 1974 original cover for Autobahn. And this here is Autobahn, like a 2007 update. And this one here is an Autobahn 2009 update. Now I'm thinking that I know that Kraftwerk do go around and remaster their stuff a lot. And I'm thinking the last time they really remastered it, their back catalogue, was 2009. So I'm thinking that that's what they showed. These are the different aspects of these updated pictures for Autobahn. This again says comic Autobahn 1977. Amazing. This here is the cover design stages for the 1975 album Radioactivity. This one here is the actual finished design. This is the one you see on the covers now. What do you do on the old CD and the old vinyl? Radioactivity. The new one's been updated. And this is my favorite album by Kraftwerk, 1981's Computer World. Just is so iconic. This, when it came out, was revolutionary because it was so ahead of the times. Actually, when you think about it, if you think about an album that encapsulates computers, look no further than this one, even though it's from 1981, it's still so relevant today. You think that would Kraftwerk ever do a follow-up to this? And they think, well, why not? They said everything they needed to say in 1981, which is crazy. This artwork as well is updated pictures for Trans-Europe Express there. This is from 2009, so this has been remastered. This is Antenna. That's from Radioactivity. Radio Telescope, 2009. And also Waves. And we've got a song called Airwaves. Amazing. If anybody has the original LP for Trans-Europe Express, this is the inlay graphic for Trans-Europe Express, 1977. So that's his drawings there that appeared on that inlay, that sort of inside for where you put your disc. Moving away from Kraftwerk, this is one I particularly like. 2011. It's called Humanoid. Absolutely amazing. I don't know how many times I've actually seen this. This is just brilliant. For John Perry, Emil Schult. And like I keep saying, it's amazing to think that Emil Schult actually knew who I was for that limited period of time. Incredible. I'll be showing these slips I got off Dave on a separate video. I want to thank Dave once again for sending them over to me. And okay, so back to the original video. Look at that one there. Looks a bit like Metropolis. That's City on the Hill, 2006. There's a lot of sketches in there as well. This is a really good book. Actually, the text in it is in English, because I thought it would be in German, but it's in English, so it tells you all about his story. Bit of an Andy Warhol. So, I mean, these go back to the 70s, 67. And there's the earliest ones in there from 1967. So, yeah, so imagine one time in an art gallery, and somebody was showing some stuff from Emil Schult, and they say, "Wow, look at him," and I say, "Yeah, guess what? I've got his autograph." They wouldn't believe us, would they? Minimalistic, love that. So thanks once again, Dave. That's amazing. Now I'm going to finally find out if I do appreciate Nightbreed after all these years. Amazing. And also the slip covers, which I will open on a different video because I wanted to really get into this book and showcase this book on this one. By the fantastic to get these autographed by Emil Schult as well, who, like I say, this Kraftwerk. I mean, it's more about it's as much about the design as about the music because all their stuff was so legendary to look at. Now I had these all on vinyl. Of course, the vinyl I think is ones that got destroyed, which is unbelievable. Or some of them did. I think I sold some of them actually. And I did get the box set. I've downloaded the new box set. They've got the 2019 one, I think they did, when they went back and re-recorded all that stuff. Now, the thing about Kraftwerk is I think that they're not going to release any more music now. They're kind of going to rejig everything to do with their music. Because I think after Florian Schneider died in 2008, I think they more or less called it quits to say, well, we're not going to do anything anymore. And that's fair enough because would they want to make any more brand new music? They have tweaked a lot of stuff and have made some like remixes of their songs, but they don't really like to make some more new music. That's fair enough. They want to leave it like that. But I always find myself going back to Kraftwerk, and I will be putting Kraftwerk on the car when me and the devs go to the town tomorrow. And that's going to be to pay homage, especially Computer World. That's going to be the one I'm going to listen to most, probably the rejig of that. So once again, thank you so much, Dave. This is going to get looked at. I'm going to read this one as well. All the text in here is pretty large, so that's good. And I can have a great time with this. It's just something you couldn't read in bed, but you know, this is just amazing to own something that actually to know that this fella, I think he's 72 at the minute, to know that this fella Emil Schult knew me for a fleeting moment when he was signing this. If it was a minute, 2 minutes, the fact that he knew I existed is crazy, isn't it? When you just think that someone knows about you, for a certain length of time. And this bloke is iconic in the field of Kraftwerk. Anybody who's a fan of Kraftwerk work will know all of the stuff he used to put in this. And when I was looking him up on Instagram the other day, sorry, Wikipedia, he's actually done a lot more with Kraftwerk than I originally thought. I thought he'd more to do with pictures and stuff like that, but he's had a lot more to do with he's influenced them quite a lot. You can kind of say that even though Emil Schult wasn't a full member of Kraftwerk, he's done a lot of stuff with them. There's a lot of stuff that you've seen by them or even heard by them that you wouldn't have heard if it hadn't been for this guy. So this is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to show Deborah it now, and she's going to be blown away. Because she doesn't, well, she knows Kraftwerk. I play in the car quite a bit, but she hasn't really dived into their other side, which is the visual side. But anyway, so thanks once again, Dave and Jill. I can't thank you enough for this, and keep an eye out for them slipcovers open on another video. So thanks for watching. You take care, especially you, Dave and Jill, and I'll see you on the next video. Alice Claw.